Lily is incredibly fortunate to have a stunning mother. In my situation, my daughter resembles my wife, which is extremely disheartening. My husband constantly belittles our daughter Marie and me. He continues to commend his niece Lily as if she's the only adorable one. The most disappointing individual here is actually him. It seems like it's about time he recognized that my name is Mia. I am a working mother in my late 40s. My daughter's name is Marie. She is a senior student and is extremely occupied with her studies every day. My husband Sam is also in his late 40s and works as a salaried worker. He appears to have a difficult time in middle management and always grumbles when he returns from work. I am willing to be understanding about him releasing his work-related pressure if only it ended there. Sam tends to express his dissatisfaction towards his family. Specifically, Sam utters negative remarks directly to me and Marie, griping that my cooking is subpar has become a regular occurrence. He mentions it at every meal, even though he consumes everything on his plate. After meals, he complains that the house hasn't been tidied. He runs his finger along window ledges and says there's still dust. Do it again. Are you a character from an old drama? In the end, you're simply an unsatisfactory wife, no matter what you do. He even grumbles about the way I clean the glasses. It's becoming truly exhausting, but it doesn't end there. Sam also utters dreadful remarks to Marie, despite her being his own daughter. He finds fault with everything. At her age, teenagers typically care about style, but if she alters her hairstyle even slightly, he remarks that it doesn't suit her. If she selects a club activity, he comments, "What? Such a pointless club." Even if she achieves high scores on a test, he remarks, "What's with these grades? Try harder." He never compliments her, only diminishes her. Whenever Sam speaks, family time becomes the worst time. Both Marie and I have reached our limit with Sam. One day, we capitalized on a long weekend to visit the residence of our relatives through marriage. Living in their home are Sam's brother Tom and his family. We don't visit them very frequently. Tom is very kind and a genuinely nice guy. His only daughter, Lily, is also in the 12th grade like Marie, and she's a very good girl. Marie and Lily get along very well. However, there is also an issue in this household. Sister-in-law, who is Tom's wife, Lucy, is so beautiful you'd think she was a model. I find myself impolitely wondering why she married Tom, who has an average face, just like Sam. But she's peculiar, a little too peculiar. In fact, she makes comments that ridicule me. "Mia, you're not skilled at makeup, are you? Oh, maybe no amount of effort can help. People often say I look stunning even without makeup. This is just the beginning. I lost weight again. I just can't gain weight no matter what I eat. Mia, you've become more sturdy, haven't you? What exactly are you eating to look like that? I was walking downtown and got asked if I wanted to be a model. It's such a nuisance to decline these generous words. I'm somewhat envious Mia doesn't have to handle that. The other day when I was strolling with Lily, individuals confused us for sisters. How humiliating. Mia, at least you clearly resemble a mother. She fires off these insults as effortlessly as breathing. I'll confess that Lucy is genuinely stunning and has an amazing physique. Her anecdotes are likely accurate as well. But is there really a necessity to belittle me each time? Every time Tom remarks, "Why would you say something like that?" It's impolite, but she barely comprehends it. Lucy just smiles flippantly and says, "But it's true, you know." I suppose I can just about endure this level of insult and let it pass with a chuckle. However, sometimes a chemical reaction occurs. Mixing can be hazardous. That's when Sam's switch is flipped. You're correct, Lucy. My wife truly lacks charisma. He dares to criticize others while he himself is already balding. Lucy's daughter has inherited her mother's good looks. She's in the 12th grade like my daughter Marie, but she looks so mature and could pass for a college student. She's fashionable and beautiful, and Marie adores her. Fortunately, while Lily may resemble Lucy, she has Tom's personality. She doesn't look down on Marie or me and is kind and considerate. Being beautiful and having a good personality is the ultimate combination, isn't it? Marie always says, her eyes shining. She probably looks up to her favorite cousin. Thanks to that, Marie has also become more refined. She doesn't wear cosmetics, but has begun to become more fashionable within the confines of school regulations. She likely spends approximately 30 minutes in front of the mirror every morning before school. At least that has eliminated her tendency to oversleep. I don't object to visiting the relative's home where John and Sophia are also amiable individuals, along with Tom and Lily. It's just Lucy and Sam's dispositions that trouble me. Neither Tom's statements nor mine appear to have an impact on them. Is there a proper way to reform these two individuals with unpleasant language? As I contemplated this, the visit to the relative's home this time came around. Oh, Mia, you've aged once more, haven't you? You have more creases than me. If we stroll together, people will assume I'm the younger one. 3 minutes after entering the relative's home, Lucy was already asserting herself while demeaning me. This appears to be another disheartening occasion. Mia, are you taking care of your skin? You must use a significant amount of moisturizer. When I visit the beauty section, the salespeople even remark that my skin looks youthful. Is it going to be like this again today? I'm becoming extremely exasperated with this, I thought, fuming. My attention shifts towards my daughter and niece. Marie and Lily are both preparing for their exams, so they've spread out their textbooks and are having a study session. They've just entered their final year and probably won't be able to visit the relative's home much longer due to their demanding study schedules. They'll likely miss Thanksgiving and Christmas assemblies, so the next occasion they will meet is probably after they have enrolled in college. Acknowledging that Marie chose to accompany today, I glance at their notebooks without disrupting them too much, only to discover a series of numbers that I cannot comprehend. I was able to assist with their studies up until they were in elementary school, but the material they are working on in the 12th grade is beyond my understanding. Did I truly study things like this? What a different world, I reflected as I observed. Appears like Marie was instructing Lily. Marie was always skilled at math, I contemplated. Just then, Lily gazed at Marie with gleaming large eyes. Wow, Marie, you explain it so effectively. I've always struggled with math, but this is probably the first time I've truly grasped it. You're even superior to the teacher. Marie seemed pleased to be commended by her cherished cousin while blushing. Marie rubs her cheeks and says, "Oh, it's nothing, really." However, not everyone is pleased by this. Lucy, who believes she is the finest and that her daughter is second best, with everyone else below, decides to chime in. Let's see. Naturally, it makes sense that an ordinary girl would be adept at ordinary studies. There's even someone nodding along to that declaration. Unfortunately, it was my own husband, Sam. Yeah, Marie may not have the looks, but at least she can study well. There's nothing else you can do, is there? Exactly. Are Marie and Lily even related by blood? Well, Lily got her cuteness from me, so there's no way she'd be adorable if she inherited it from your side of the family. That's sufficient. Just as Sam and Lucy begin to get carried away, Tom makes his appearance. Despite being red-faced with anger, Sam and Lucy appear unconcerned. To make matters worse, Sam slowly retrieves his wallet. Before long, he's giving $50 to Lily. Lily truly is stunning. She's definitely excelling in life. For a child like that, uncles must provide her with some allowance. You're humble and have a good nature. Why don't you attempt to make an effort to look presentable instead of just studying? Although I question whether it will have much impact, considering your mom has always been the kind to make futile attempts. Hearing such harsh words from both her aunt and father, tears slowly start to well up in Marie's eyes. But Sam paid no attention and continued to praise Lily's loveliness. Lily is so fortunate to have an attractive mother like Lucy. Marie, on the other hand, is so unfortunate to have a mother like Mia. What a contrast, right? Marie's eyes appear to be pleading enough already. Marie's tearful eyes send an SOS, but Sam continues to disregard it. And along with Lucy, they continue to praise Lily and diminish Marie. Enough is enough. At that moment, a voice louder than I had ever heard from myself erupted. I had reached my limit. Seeing Marie's tears, I silently took Marie's hand and walked out of my in-laws' house. I'm so furious. I'm so angry I can't even. I'll never forgive him. Normally, we would stay overnight at my in-laws' house. But of course, that wasn't going to happen this time. As soon as we arrived back home, I got consecutive phone calls from my mother-in-laws Sophia and Tom. Both of them kept expressing regret. It's not as if John and Sophia or Tom are at fault. I could see that John and Sophia, while finding it hard to communicate directly with their daughter-in-law Lucy, were saying something to their actual son Sam. They were probably reprimanding him. Still, Sam just brushed it off. As for Lucy, she's exasperating too. But I think that's for Tom to deal with. Sam, however, is another matter. He didn't follow us when we returned home. He actually stayed the night at my in-laws' house. Marie and I discussed it and then made a decision. The night after the incident at the in-laws' house, Sam finally came home. I'm back. That's how nonchalantly he entered the house. Naturally, I didn't greet him back. All I gave him was silence. I expected it, but Sam just brushed it off with that smile still on his face. He glanced into the living room and looked around. Is Marie in her room? Marie isn't here. As I replied, Sam looked at the clock and his face turned serious. She's not back yet. It's already 10 at night. Even if she's at cram school, that's too late. In response to Sam's words, I exaggerated, let out a big sigh, and got up from the sofa. As I headed toward the fridge, I casually said to Sam, "She's not here anymore." Before opening the fridge, Sam tilted his head, unable to comprehend what I just said. I noticed this out of the corner of my eye as I popped open a can of beer. The satisfying sound resounded in the room. What do you mean she's not here? Did she stay over at a friend's house or something? I mean precisely what I said. She's not in this house anymore. What? I don't understand. Did she stay over at a friend's house? No, that's not it. She left. Wait, what? Left to where? How should I know? How can you be so composed? Are you even a mother? Unfortunately, yes. Come on, that was a jest. Who would take it seriously? A jest, you say? Unable to restrain myself, I slammed the can into the sink. A dull sound reverberated. I glared sharply at Sam. A jest is something that makes everyone laugh. What? You're actually angry? Your jest wasn't amusing at all. The only people laughing were you and Lucy. No one else was laughing. How was that a jest? Well, that's because you're all too stubborn. What kind of jest makes your own daughter cry? I thought maybe it would motivate her or something. There's no child in the world who would be motivated by that. But, shut up. No excuses about it. What you've done is more than enough for Marie to abandon you. Abandon? Marie's going to abandon me? That's why she ran away? What? The hell does he really not comprehend what an irreversible mistake he's made? Unless I spell it out like this, how low quality can he be? With a pale face, Sam grabbed my arm. I coldly shook him off. What? What should I do? How should I know? Do you think she'd forgive me if I apologize? This is the result of what you've been doing to Marie for over a decade. Don't think it's going to be it's simple to rectify. He likely has a lot to contemplate. Based on what I just mentioned, Sam was speechless. And then, I'll go search for her. With that, he'd hurried out of the house. So he does mind that Marie is absent after all. That's disheartening, particularly after how much he insisted it wouldn't matter. But it's too late now. I observed Sam depart, then returned to the room to retrieve my bag. It was packed as if I was going on a journey. I had already dispatched the majority of it via courier earlier in the day. I only retained what appeared immediately essential, but it was still a significant amount. I seized my bag and exited the house, ensuring Sam was nowhere in view. I stepped out onto the main street, hailed a taxi. As for where I'm headed, what's happening? Why are your bags gone as well? This is the first thing I heard when Sam phoned me. His voice was so loud that even holding the phone away from my ear didn't help. Disregarding what he had to say, I placed the phone back to my ear and uttered, "Well, of course, they're gone." I took them with me. Took them where? The heck are you? His voice was so loud that I withdrew the phone from my ear again. Deciding I've had enough, I put the call on speaker. I positioned the phone on the table, took a sip of my coffee, and then stated, "I don't think I need to inform you where Anyway, I'm running away from home too, so good luck living on your own. What? Are you joking me? You think you can escape with this? You should be pleased your troublesome wife is gone. You're so persistent. I informed you it was a jest. Can you believe he's still referring to it as a jest? Just as I'm about to raise my voice at the unrepentant Sam. That's when it happens. Dad's jests are never amusing. There's no way something that hurt your daughter could ever be humorous. Marie yells from beside me. The one who is shocked is Sam. Marie, are you with her? He shouts in a flustered voice. Of course I am. Mom and I are at Grandma and Grandpa's house. Grandparents? Wait, you mean Mia's parents, please? Yes, exactly. Marie and I are at my parents' house in the next town over. All right, I get it. I'm coming to pick you up. Let's discuss this, okay? With that, Sam hangs up the phone. I wonder if he's really prepared for this discussion. With that thought, I look over my shoulder. About 10 minutes later, Sam arrives by car, and then he's speechless. What? Why is everyone here? It's not surprising that Sam is shocked. After all, not only are my parents at my family home, but also my in-laws John and Sophia Tom, and even my niece Lily and her mother Lucy. It's a gathering of people who would hardly ever come together, except for rites of passage. Faced with this, Sam is at a loss for words. I smile at Sam and say, well, sit down here, pointing to the floor. The circle is formed by me, my parents, Tom, John, and Sophia, and then Marie and Lily. Here? Yes, right there. Faced with my compelling smile, Sam takes a seat with a strained expression. By the way, Lucy is sitting outside of the round all alone. Okay then, anything you'd like to express? I've done nothing incorrect. Is this the mouth that still cracks jokes? As I squeeze his cheek, he yells, ouch. Massaging his now red cheek, Sam says, because it was a jest. And this is the mouth that still cracks jokes. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Observing Sam's excessively lighthearted attitude, I became furious. And then my parents took over. Sam, what do you believe a family is? Are you supposed to defend your family as a central figure? That's what I've been doing. So demeaning your daughter and wife is your way of protecting them. Well, do you even value Marie to start with? Absolutely, with abundant love. So demeaning her every day and comparing her to other children is your concept of abundant love? Sam is speechless under my father's stern look. Then John and Sophia say, really, what a foolish son. What Sam is astonished by the severe words from his real parents. John and Sophia don't stop there. I can only think that we raised you incorrectly. How could you turn out to be such a fool? But Sophia, Tom turned out to be a respectable man. Maybe we should consider that it's his character that's the issue here. You're right, John. The child has always had a tendency to look down on people. We've cautioned him numerous times and even offered him guidance, but he never listens. Truly, he's such a letdown. Hold on, isn't that going a bit excessive? And where you get off saying your wife and daughter are disappointing? What about you? Is not disheartening? You can't even fathom how dreadful it feels to be on the receiving end of such remarks. You really are a disheartening child. So disheartening. I'm regretful. The one you should be apologizing to isn't us. Yes, Marie. It was my mistake. I'm regretful. Finally, words of apology fly out from Sam, who deeply apologizes to me and our daughter. Not that I plan to forgive him. I will never forgive him for what he said to Marie. I glance sideways at Marie, who has a perfectly expressionless face. She seems completely unmoved by her father's apology, and I can't help but give a wry smile. It must have gotten through to Sam. Marie? Dad was wrong too. Dad was too. What do you mean? Finally, Marie speaks, her voice low. Sam's face turns pale. What? So Dad also thinks I'm at fault? That ultimately, it's all because I'm a disappointment. So Dad, you prefer Lily and Aunt over me and Mom, right? No, that's not it. We're just a disappointing wife and daughter, aren't we? I also find it disheartening to have someone like you as my dad. I don't need a disheartening dad anymore. It's a nuisance. If you like Lily and Aunt so much, you should go live with them. What? No, that's a bit much. Sam is flustered. Then his niece Lily speaks. Even I don't want to live with such a disheartening uncle. Sam is shocked by the unexpected remark from Lily, but Lily doesn't stop. Saying bad things about your own wife and daughter while doting on your niece. You're the one who's disheartening for believing your family is a disappointment. Oh, I apologize. I don't require such a pitiful apology. I dislike both mother and you, uncle. I do not even wish to see your faces. Lily's remarks catch everyone off guard, and Lucy raises her face in astonishment. Lily, you detest mother as well? Mother, you also kept making justifications whenever father cautioned you. You do not believe you're mistaken at all, do you? Both of you, mother and uncle, are the most terrible for speaking negatively about others. Do you believe you're such decent individuals that you have the authority to criticize? You're just spiritually poor, if you inquire me. Both of you are simply pitiful and dreadful human beings. Lucy is extremely disheartened by these words, and Sam also lowers his shoulders. When Marie declares, I also detest father, so to sum up, I spoke to conclude things. Marie and I will persist in residing at my parents' residence. It appears we do not need to transfer schools, and we can travel by bus. The college we aspire to attend is nearer to my parents' residence, so there's no problem. So you're not returning until university? It's not only us until university. Are you stating we're getting a separation? Well, that relies on your actions from now on. In other words, Sam had not expected being deserted by his family. He was exceedingly disheartened. Later, it appears that Tom had a stern discussion with Lucy. Her actions until now had ultimately provoked his anger, and they resolved to live separately, signifying Lucy was evicted from her in-laws' residence. Since Lucy's biological parents have the person has already passed away, and now she must live alone. Lucy appears to be very surprised, but I don't think people like her will ever change. A divorce is likely. My niece Lily seems quite happy that her mother, Lucy, is leaving. She said to my daughter Marie with a smile, let's continue to get along. And they embraced. As for Sam, he sent apologies for a while but stopped after I told him it was irritating. Even though he never listened before, it's too late to think that just listening now will make things forgivable. He's been making regular payments for living expenses and child support, so we'll see if he shows any sincerity going forward. It's uncertain whether he'll be able to attend Marie's wedding ceremony. Marie has been freed from a father who only had harsh words for her and is enjoying truly happy days. The increase in her smiles makes me happy too. I've also started working and am leading a fulfilling life. At this rate, it seems like we won't even need living expenses from Sam. I quietly smile as I consider what all of